I thought it'd be fun if I just sort of talk you through it and tell you what I did building this desk, and then I can use this as sort of the soundtrack narration.
Okay, cool. I'm fine with that.
For the video, and then the video promotes the podcast promotes the video, la-di-da. Cool. So I've got all these tools, but my garage is kind of a mess. And you remember my garage, I got those wire shelves kind of by the door. And then on the other end of the, deeper in the garage, is another table, and all of my film equipment is like in cases under that table.
No, I remember like every time I would be like, I need this, and you'd be like, it's in the garage. I would be like, where? Oh my god. Like, because I can't find anything in the garage. There's like so much. And you're like, it's under the table next to the blue thing, blah, 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 blah. Like, give me like directions to Walmart in the garage.
And part of the point of this is to move all of my movie equipment, which is over there, my lights and sandbags and stuff, and put it all over here under a big storage thing where I can pull it out, load it in the car easy, and it's out of sight. And also have a big enough bench that I can actually do kind of cool woodworking stuff on top of. I think I want the table saw to wheel in under it on that side, and then that side is going to have the shelf. We're going to build the whole skeleton out of pipe, which I had cut and threaded at Home Depot, which was really cool. When you buy pipe, it comes pre-made, what's called a nipple, which is a piece of pipe. It's called a nipple. If you go to the hardware store, maybe in the UK it's called something else, but I don't know, nipple sounds like something.
In the UK, everything's called something else.
Everything's called nipple in the UK. And it's a pre-cut piece of pipe that's exactly 3 inches or exactly 6 inches or whatever long. Yeah. With threads on both sides.
Did you go to Home Depot like 3 times, or did you just like figure it all out beforehand?
I did a lot of drawings. And I figured out how to do it, and I sort of ordered all of the nipples and all the pre-sized lengths on Amazon. But doing it that way, all of those lengths were going to cost me like $300. Because a nipple, like a 12-inch nipple, costs about $8 or $9.
Yeah.
But you could buy a 10-foot piece of pipe at Home Depot for $17. But then how do you cut it?
Home Depot, to the rescue. Yeah.
Well, turns out they cut it for you for free.
Are we sponsored by Home Depot?
Trouble is, Home Depot's was broken. And then I went to Osh's was broken. But no, I had to go to the other Home Depot to do it. So like realizing I could buy it and cut it down, I really got precise. So I had this whole list. I need this many 36s, this many 35s, this many 12s, this many da-da-da-da. And I made a spreadsheet that added up all the different lengths. 18, 18, 18, 24, 12, and that's 120.
I love making Excel do the math for you.
I love it. But then I get there, and they pull the rug out from under me because they can't cut pipe any shorter than 24 inches.
What?
And I was like, what do you mean? You can do whatever you want. It turns out the machine that cuts the pipe, so they need 24 inches of pipe for the machine to actually grab the pipe.
2 feet or no bueno.
And I needed these 15.5-inch pieces, which is not a common nipple size. They can't cut them any shorter than 24 inches at the hardware store. So I had to buy these 12-inch ones, which are about $3 each, $4 each. And I need 15.5-inch ones, so I have to make them by linking a 12-inch together with a 3-inch. 12 and 3 is 15, plus the half in the middle that takes up should give me 15.5 inches. Actually, 15 and 3/4. That's what I need. Should I take all these stupid barcodes off or just leave them? It'd be funny if I left them on, then in like 20 years, take it apart and go return all the parts. That would make me feel smart. Yep, right on the nose. I'm wearing gloves because the machine they used to cut these pours oil over it so that it can cut the grooves without getting hot. And so they're very dirty and gross. If you touch it with your hands, you just get this black gunk on your hands. It's very hard to wash off. I got all the pipe at Home Depot, but all these fittings I ordered on Amazon because they were just cheaper. I could buy, like this, I need 2, 4, 6, 8. I need 6 of this, the T connector, but buying 10 cost less than buying 5 and 1. So I just bought 10 because buying 1 cost about half as much as buying 10. So if you need any T's, I'm with you. And then these are called floor flanges for going up underneath the table and on the floor. I got a box of 10 and I need 12, so I got to buy 2 more at the hardware store. But before I buy wood, I want to put this all together and make sure that it matches my measurement the way I've planned it out. Okay, see this is already screwed up. I'm supposed to have, per my amazing drawing here, 2 pieces that are 35.5. Those are the long way. Those are the longest ones I have. But the 2 long ones that I have here are thought they looked too long, are 39. So this dumb guy who cut this for me last night measured them wrong. They're 4 inches too long. Also, all these ones that are supposed to be 27 and a half are, how are they? 27 and a quarter. 27, that's pretty close to a half. Pretty close to a half. Okay, some of them are a little bit longer or shorter. Now, these are for the vertical legs, 27 and a quarter. So I think the garage is higher, closer to the wall, 27 and a quarter. A quarter inch is okay, I can build that up. And also the floor probably slopes enough, if I put it in the right place, I can make that work. But that's just bloody annoying. This is like, I have to go back to my wood anyway. But I've got to get these cut off properly.
We are not sponsored by Home Depot.
So I had to go back and get them recut. Which Home Depot is cool, they don't charge you, they just took care of it, you know.
Measure twice, cut once.
And this guy just like talked my ear off, and he was just like, so what are you doing this weekend? You know, very chatty.
The Home Depot guy? Was this the guy who cut it right, or the guy who cut it wrong?
He cut most of it right, but the first 2 cuts were wrong. It was like an hour. He was cutting these pipes, and then he finally, this guy will help you. I gotta go on break. And this other guy came over and he like took over. He was like, he was so much faster than this guy. Then when I came back the next day, I had some woman do it who was in the day shift. She's like, yeah, those night shift guys, you gotta watch out for them. She was like really good at it. Anyway, got it all home. Got home, put on my rubber gloves, and I screwed it all together. I built my desk. The first 3 pieces I put together and took apart like 4 times because I kept using the wrong ones. But then I built the whole thing, set it up, and it looked great. Then you got to measure and make sure everything's the right height. And then while it's all together, because you screw it together with your hands, you only have so much leverage screwing the pipes together. But the thing is, you want to screw it together without having to spin the whole half of the desk around to tighten it.
Yeah.
Just whacked my head on that shelf right here. I stood up, I hit my head right on that corner right there. Right up there. Oh, it is bleeding. I'm rubbing grease and filth into it. Oh, gross. Let's let it bleed out. Let's let it just push. Oh. If it goes, let me know. It's much better. Ugh. So you can build it from one end, and then you never have to twist anything more than just a pipe. But then once I did that, it's not that tight. So I had to twist the whole thing around.
That sounds funny.
It was actually really fun. Turning these.
It sounds funny to watch. Yeah. Did you use like a wrench or
no? Just twist it with your hands. So then, but then once that was built, I then had to go on. I had to level it. I put it in position and I measured. I tried to make sure that it was all level. And the garage floor is not level. So even if it was all the same all around, would unscrew the pipe a little bit and get it perfect, you know. So
did you make the desk level?
Yeah, the desk is really level now. So once all that was done, then I went and bought wood. And I can't fit that plywood in my car. So rented
Home Depot just like hold it for you?
No, Home Depot will rent you a truck for $19. So I went and got the wood cut, then I rented the truck and drove it home. And you can get it for like 75 minutes for $19.
Can we get sponsored by Home Depot?
I wish. So based on the measurements of the actual built pipe support part of the desk, I figured out exactly the size of the top I needed and got it cut twice. So I could screw 2 layers of it together to give me really rigid desktop. And that left me with a lot of great extra scrap pieces. So I rented the truck, brought all the wood home, and then started building it. And basically, the front and back were cut to exactly 40 by 80, exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
I lined it up at the corners to make sure it was perfect there, and then I just started screwing it together. And I bought these 1 1/4 inch drywall screws so they would go as far into both pieces as possible without plunging through. And I put them on the 4 corners so it wouldn't move anymore. And then I snapped a chalk line. Remember the chalk line when we did the TARDIS store?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It's
hashtag laser chalk line.
I put this. I could use the laser. No, I put the screws on the end, like halfway in, because I was by myself, and I looped the chalk line over that and snap it to put the lines down there. And then I had
Love it.
So I put screws in every 12 inches approximately. And plywood is heavy, okay? a sheet of plywood is heavy because it's solid wood and glue. Mm-hmm. You know what's heavier? 2 sheets of plywood. And it's like you can't get your arms around it. It's so big. And it was like,
oh my God.
And like just try to lift up the corner of it to lift it up. You can't get your fingers.
It's like trying to hug a big, flat, prickly grizzly bear.
It's like trying to lift a grizzly bear and lay him and put him up on a table. I was like, how am I going to get
Did
this
someone else
up?
put this in your car? What? Oh my God.
I could load it in and out of the truck. It was heavy, but one piece at a time is okay. But like double, it's just, and putting it like in the right place without like gouging it. I wanted to get the thing all level in place so it wasn't all wonky. So all the legs are perfectly vertical, and then attach the legs to the top in place once I know the legs are all plumb and true. That was my plan.
Cool.
And then I've got to like lift it up and set it on top of the legs, the 41-inch high legs, right?
Ooh.
So it's like, where do you begin? So thank goodness I had apple boxes. So I picked up one side and slid an apple box under it, and picked up the other side and slid an apple box under it. So now it's like a foot off the ground.
For you.
So then I picked up one side and I turned the apple box to the tall height. And then because I can like keep it balanced, but I can't lift it, right? So now the center of gravity is above the height of the table, right? So that was the scary part, which I videoed.
Did you video it half because you thought you might fail and it would like look ridiculous?
Like I think I said something like, this is just as much for the insurance claim as anything else. This is as much for the insurance claim as the educational value. Eventually, I kind of worried it up over all 6 legs.
This is why you have friends or hire people. Like,
if I'd had like someone helping me, it would have been like, whoop, there we go. It'd have been like 5 seconds, nothing to it.
Easy peasy.
You see, now I've got to twist the legs. I've got to make sure all the legs are vertical, are not, tilted, and then screw it up to the top, and then build a shelf for right there.
24 screws later.
What do you think? Nice tall bench surface. It's a bit wobbly still, but I'm going to screw it to the wall. Once I get it all finished, that'll be better. The point is I was going to be able to park my table saw under here. Oh, inch to spare. So I could make this an inch lower if I wanted to, just by shortening the pipes. But that means cutting and threading and getting around more, which I don't want to do. So I think it's perfect. So I'm still going to cut this wood up to make the shelf under there before I can move all that stuff. Next, move all that stuff under there, and then move all that stuff over there. But it's like, after 8, so I don't use the table saw tonight. So we're gonna call it a night, to be continued. So good morning. So I've already hung my hose reel on the wall here so I can have air tools, which is super helpful because I'm gonna use my finish now to put a bit of a backstop on here, like this, so that it, something falls off the back of the table, you don't lose it. And also it'll give me this extra bit of surface down here that I can screw into the wall to attach it. But again, trying to do this stuff by myself is difficult. So I'm gonna put these little bits of cribbing on here, because I'm gonna separate, make it this high, so it just sticks up that far on the back, because that's how much clearance I have before it hits this plug here. But this I'm gonna remove, so I'm gonna do a couple. And let this hang over the edge a little bit too. So I can pull it off at the end. Okay. Flush on that side. And flush on that side.
Several nails later.
And so I screwed that to the back of the desk. And then I had like 4 inches of wood sticking down below the top of the desk that I could then screw into the wall to make it steady.
Oh.
So then I also bought this edging, this 1x2 clear pine, beautiful straight wood, and I cut that up and nailed that to the side. I glued and nailed that to the edges. Oh, I didn't even mention that the plywood I got, I went to go buy birch, really nice plywood, and they have this new product, pre-finished pine plywood.
Was this like the varnished one?
Yeah, it was like the surface. It was clearly wood, but it was kind of plasticky. It had the finish already on it. So that's the top and the bottom, and the sides are this clear, solid wood, which I nail gunned on there with some glue, and then it was finished. Then I could put it back against the wall, screw it in, and start putting stuff in it.
Cute. Love it.
You can see the shelf down below there where I can put all my long items like tripods and other things. And down below here is the special sled that I built to hold all of my film equipment. A lot of it's not here, it's upstairs. But I can wheel this right over to the car to load it back in. And all of this is built out of scraps that were left over from building the rest of the desk. I mean, it's been a month of building things and actually using this desk, so it's covered in things. So hopefully you can still see some of the special features, like the table saw slides underneath here, easy access, space for a couple of tables down here. I've got a drill press, bandsaw, chop saw stored up here. These are my newest invention. This is the Robert Mueller prayer candle, which you can order right now. You can find it on eBay. I'll put a link in the description below. See, this is Latin right here. It means, let justice be done, though the heavens fall. As you can see, this table is very sturdy. The 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood screwed together just cannot bend. And the steel pipe has a lot of extra strength in it too. So this is going to last for a very long time. This plywood came pre-finished, but this is raw wood on the sides. So the plan is to just sand it with some very fine sandpaper, make it nice and smooth, and then rub in some of this stuff, this Formby's traditional tung oil, or any brand of tung oil. It's kind of like polyurethane, but it's not. You rub it in, it's kind of a varnish. It's just great. It goes on so easy, it dries really fast, and you get a really natural, lovely, easy finish. And it protects the wood. Though I haven't, it's been a couple of months and I haven't gotten around to it yet, so it might never happen. I still would love like a better system to keep tools. Right now my tools are all in this red Craftsman deal over here, and then in the shelves behind it there's even more stuff. But my garage is relatively tidy, and that was the goal of the whole project. Alright, if you've enjoyed this, be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. I have other tutorials on this channel. Hope to make a lot more. Leave me a comment and tell me something you'd like to know more about. And if you enjoyed listening to me and my daughter Fiona narrate this video, be sure to subscribe to our podcast, Crafty Time. It's all about making things, whether it's film, wood, or art. Fiona's a wonderful artist going to art school in Edinburgh, Scotland right now. You can see her art at FionaTGray.com. It's really incredible. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. They're made of wood.